Hi, it's Mark out here with you today at the Old Fort Gun Club once again, right here in western Arkansas, about 10 or 15 minutes outside Fort Smith. I'm out here today to do a video that I've been meaning to do for quite a while actually, and what I wanted to do today was help shooters with their grip. I've got a couple pages on my website that one of them shows a stance and the other one shows correct types of grips, and this one is not so much about placement in your hand as it is about strengthening that grip and getting the gun as completely under control as possible. A lot of people have trouble with recoil. A lot of times that's as much emotional as it is anything else, but it does have to be managed so you can shoot accurately. As far as your practical type pistol shooting, if you want to do some more extensive training where you're actually training to shoot in a life-threatening situation, you want to be able to control that gun to a maximum degree. Keep this in mind as you watch this video. If you're a competitive shooter, first of all, this is not a video for you. You don't need this. You've already got this. But if you're struggling with your shooting, struggling with your grip, with recoil in a gun, if it bothers you a little bit, or if there's something about it that troubles you or scares you even a little bit, which is not terrible, this will hopefully help you some. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a few things to avoid, first of all, and then I'm going to show you how to strengthen your grip to where you have maximum control over your gun. You maybe have a good solid grip on your gun right now, but not getting the best control on it you can to maximize your ability to line up multiple shots as fast as possible and get your gun back on target right after you make a shot. The gun I'll be starting with today to show you when I actually start shooting will be a Glock 23, and the reason I'm using a Glock 23 is because it is a pretty snappy gun. And this model in a 9mm has less recoil than this gun does. The 23 is a pretty snappy gun and has a pretty strong recoil. So I'll be showing you how I control this gun, and I'll be showing you some other guns in my hand, letting you see how they work and see the muzzle control in my hand. The biggest issue in lining shots back up is how much muzzle flip is allowed in a gun. And somebody can get a good overhand and over thumb grip like this and have a good solid grip on the gun where the gun's not going anywhere, but still that muzzle flip causes them to not to be able to get back on target as fast as they'd like to. A couple things I'm going to do first of all is show you a few things to avoid. One of them is this right here. This is kind of a security grip for some people that are not real comfortable with handguns. They have a cup and saucer type grip, and what that does, without them realizing it, is it creates a rocking chair for their gun. So instead of reducing the muzzle flip, it gives it a place to roll right here. And I'll just put my ears in right quick, and I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. You can kind of see that makes the gun roll back in your hand. It gives it a rocking chair, and you want to avoid that. Another grip that we see a lot is people grabbing and putting their thumb around the back of their hand like this right here. That is a grip that is not only not strong, it doesn't do anything to minimize the recoil of your gun. It also can cause you to lose all this flesh off the joint of your thumb if that slide comes back and catches it. Have I seen it? You bet I have. If you're doing that, please get rid of that grip and get both of your thumbs on one side, either wrapped or lengthened down the barrel. One way or the other. Don't let that thumb wrap around your gun and inadvertently have your gun come back, grab your thumb, tear your thumb up, make your gun malfunction when it happens, and cause you to drop the gun all at the same time. That's what that grip is more likely to do than anything else. So what I'm going to show you today in gripping is how to get maximum control here, and I'm going to show you on the Glock 23 here, and then I'll show you this gun in my hand while I'm actually shooting and show you what it's hitting. What I'm not going to do today is I'm not going to try to show you little tight groups that you know, I can go show off to my friends on Facebook in a target somewhere. What I'm going to be doing is shooting at some steel. I'm going to be shooting fairly fast. I'm not going to be looking to get little bitty groups. I'm going to be looking to shoot in a tactical manner. In other words, a necessary manner to hit a mass where I need to shoot just like I would if I was fighting in a life-threatening situation. First, I want to show you what I'm going to do with this gun is I'm going to take it, I'm going to show you from this side right here. I'm going to put it in my hand and I'm going to wrap my hand. You can see my hand wrapping this way. And you can see the grip this way. My finger's on the trigger, that's where it would be. Now, from this side, you're going to see my thumbs right down the barrel of my gun. Right down the side of the barrel of my gun. Don't let this freak you out, because what this does is it gives you maximum purchase on the gun. It allows you to grab the gun here and get as much control of that frame as you possibly can. And it's the frame that you need to control. You're not going to be touching this. You're going to be controlling as much of the frame, and the further you get your hand forward within safe distance, the better you're going to be able to control it. Glock got it right with these in this curved trigger guard. You can actually, there's actually stippling on there and some grooves cut in there. You can actually extend that by putting your finger around there, and then this is for somebody that has been doing this for a while and practiced for a while. But I can get maximum control on this gun by holding it just exactly like that right there. Now, that's the way I'm going to be holding this gun. That's the way I'll be holding the others. The other guns, I will not have my finger around that trigger guard like I will this one, because they're not built for it. And I haven't got them set up for it. So what I'm going to be doing here in just a minute is I'm going to be showing you this gun in my hand as close as I can, shooting it. Another camera will catch the shots where they're hitting, but I want you to see the gun. I want you to see my hand. I want you to see the gun, how the muzzle flip is controlled with this gun and a couple of others. So stay tuned. Okay, before I start shooting, just one thing I want to mention to anybody who might be struggling with controlling their handgun and trying to improve their shooting is about recoil. And recoil, and this is something I mentioned in numerous articles, the response, a lot of times, people's response to recoil, a lot of times, more than actually being a physical response, is mental and emotional. All these guns operate the way they're supposed to. All of them produce recoil. And getting a hold of these guns the way I'm showing you here is to maximize your control over that recoil, not because the gun's going to jump up and hurt you, but because it's going to enable you to shoot better. So keep in mind that as you do this, any man or woman in reasonably good health can handle any one of these guns just like I do. This is not about my gun handling ability, my strength, my anything. Any man or woman in reasonably good health can handle all of these firearms. And these are firearms that are representative of a wide range of guns available commercially to people to buy just about anywhere. They're from 9mm to 45 caliber, from subcompact to full-size duty pistols. All of them can be purchased widely across the United States, and anybody can handle them, including you watching today. If you're struggling with this, keep in mind it's the grip that's going to control that recoil and allow you to get your shots on target more accurately and faster. So I'm going to start with the Glock 23 40 caliber. It's the least pleasant of these guns to shoot, and just keep in mind I'm not showing you as I shoot, I'm not showing the targets at the same time. There's another camera set up over here that'll take pictures of the targets or video, and I know that's kind of entertaining, but the point here is not to show what a good shot I am. The point here is for you to watch my hands and to watch how the muzzle flip of that gun is controlled with grip. The Glock 23. The point here is watching the muzzle stay down as far as I can keep it down, and keeping it controlled and keeping it on target to shoot as fast as I can. Next is a Smith & Wesson M20 9mm. It's a full-size duty pistol. Got a great trigger on it, and this is the most pleasant gun to shoot here in 9mm. Gun is highly recommended, by the way. My favorite gun, actually. Last, I'm going to shoot the Smith & Wesson Shield. It's a 45. It's the smallest gun that I have, meaning that it's in a 45. It's going to be the snappiest gun out here. I won't shoot it fast. Generally, I'm going to shoot this one pretty slow. Have to concentrate on the target, but the principle remains the same. It's keeping the gun under control and keeping that muzzle down as far as possible and keeping it under control. Same thing with this gun as with the other two. And this is the gun that I actually carry more often than any of them is this model right here. I can get a full grip on it, which grip is important. So when you're choosing a handgun, keep in mind, we're talking about grip here. You want to get a gun that you can get a full, good, solid grip on. The Smith & Wesson Shield in 45 ACP. Three different handguns, three wide ranges of size and feel and recoil. That was just to show you what I emphasized before I started shooting, and that is that with all of them, the recoil is manageable, the muzzle is controllable. What you got to do, whether you're a man or a woman, is just get a grip. It's critically important to not only learn all the basics of shooting, how to line things up and stand and how to focus on your front sight when you're trying to hit the bullseye. But it's also critically important to learn to shoot in a practical way, in a tactical way, if you will, simulating life-threatening scenarios where you may have to fire and acquire multiple targets, and doing it this way, controlling that muzzle flip of your gun gives you a maximum capacity to do whatever you have to do to defend your life, your family's life, and the people around you should the unthinkable happen and you're confronted with an active shooter. I'm the Christian gun owner, Mark Rogers, and I'll see you soon.